I'm State Senator Brian Birdwell from Senate District 22. My largest city is Waco. It's McLennan County, and then my district stretches from that area, Falls County, north up to the Metroplex. I don't have Dallas or Tarrant County as a whole, but I have a piece of Tarrant and all those counties between McLennan and Falls, north up to the Dallas-Tarrant Metroplex. Quality schools and public education. You know, we want the best. It doesn't mean you always throw more money at it to get best. But what's the best way to have the best education system for people to be able to graduate from high school and be prepared to live the American dream in whatever chosen profession they choose? Roads that we can move our goods and services across the state to make sure that our commerce is moving as quickly as possible, not only within the state, but outside the state of Texas. Water is a huge issue in my district with two of the three largest river authorities, the Trinity and the Brazos, running through the district. Our state has grown at such a magnitude so rapidly that it's putting strain not only on our highway resources, our energy production to make sure that we meet our demands for power, because we all want our air conditioning to work in the first week of August in Texas, but making sure that we've got reliable water supplies as well. So those are the many things that are important to the district. One of the first things we passed was an SJR, a Senate Joint Resolution, that deals with highway funding and taking those tax dollars that come from sales of vehicles and dedicating it to the Highway Fund, to Fund 6, to make sure that we had dollars in those accounts that weren't being swept or spent in other places, and that we knew that TxDOT and the folks that we charge with our highways in Texas would have the dollars necessary for upkeep and maintenance. Other things that we're trying to do in relationship to commerce, reining back on the margins tax. I would have loved to try to get rid of it in one fell swoop, but we would have had issues with the budget cap. But we've cut on the Senate side. It still has to be negotiated with the House and what the final package will look like. But making sure that in raising the exemption from $1 million to $4 million, we actually reduced by over half the number of businesses that pay the margins tax. I think with our leadership, both with Lieutenant Governor Patrick and with our committee chairs and how we've arrayed the Senate, I think you're seeing a great deal of results this year in the state Senate. I have two key ones that I think. I chair the Committee on Nominations. The other committee that I chair is a subcommittee on border security. That is clearly one of the top priorities that we've dealt with. I've been working with the House and the leadership of the state to make sure that we've got the right package in place. And I also sit on two other committees, Veterans Affairs, Military Installations, State Affairs, and Natural Resources and Economic Development. So I drew a very good slate of committees this session from Governor Patrick to help influence state policy. A successful session is measured by two things: what you accomplish and what you prevent from being accomplished. Preventing things that would either be an additional cost driver to the state, sign us up, or future legislatures for creating an expectation that we can't retract from. And then there are things that you want to pass because they accentuate a specific freedom or an accountability. There's two things that I've personally carried this go around. One was campus carry, which would allow for our CHL holders to walk onto a college campus or a campus of higher education. They can do that now as long as they don't go into a building. The other thing that I've carried is a sunset bill that would place the river authorities, all 18 of our river authorities, under the sunset review process. And so those types of things that either place a greater accountability or greater transparency on government or quasi-governmental entities, or things that broaden a freedom, those are the things that make it successful, and defeating things that don't do that make it successful. I've got some decisions to make associated with the nominations. We've only got 6 more hearings, 4 of which are still open for me to make decisions on whom to hear. I've also got a bill that I'm working on in border security related that I'm trying to correct, fix, or salvage, whatever the right word might be, with other senators to make sure I can work on that. And then later this evening, I'll be able to return back home for the weekend, rejoin Mel back in Granbury, and then come back after church on Sunday and come back and start another week at full clip.